Okay, guys, so I wanted to do this chit chat / get ready with me because I have a lot on my mind as of lately in regards to the new or the next, I can't talk, the next direction I want to head in, career wise. So I thought I kind of have an idea and I wanted to share this with you all. And feel free to chime in and give me some feedback. This is what I'm putting on my face right now, which is the Ordinary Alpha, what is that? Alpha arbutin 2%, what is that? 2% hyaluronic acid. So this is my serum that I'm using currently. I'm taking my skincare a little bit more seriously because I am in my 40s and skincare is a must at any age, but definitely as we get older. So I love to use a serum and a moisturizer as the base of my makeup application. So there's the serum part, and now I'm going to use this Kiehl's facial cream. I got this in at Sephora as one of my samples. No, at Ulta, I'm sorry, as one of my little birthday samples back in September. So I'm gonna put that on next. I do the serum and then I do the moisturizer. And then after this, I'm gonna do my primer. I'm not gonna do a big makeup look simply because I'm not going anywhere unless I go back to Bath and Body Works, because they are having their $5.95 body care sale, and today is the last day. They've been doing it since Thursday, so of course you want to stock up on that. And I don't need to stock up. I have enough. I don't have a ton, but I do have enough for me in my household. So going back, I'm just getting just because it's on sale and why not. Okay, so that's the moisturizing portion, and now I'm going to use my new e.l.f. Power Grip primer with 4% niacinamide. So I'm gonna go in with that. But yeah, so I wanted to do this video because I'm at a crossroads as far as what I want to do career-wise. As we all know, Trump is now the president-elect, and because we've lived through a term with him before, we kind of know what to expect this term. And one of the things that I was really considering was reopening my bridal salon, getting it back up and running. But considering who's our now president-elect, I don't think it would be wise for me to do so, simply because of all the potential tariffs and delays and holdups in deliveries. And I've already encountered more than enough, or more than my fair share of issues with brides and deliveries of gowns and vendor problems. I don't need any more. I don't want it. I don't desire it. I don't need it. So that kind of closed that door for me. So the other thing that I was considering, and this was even before I closed the doors to my bridal salon, and that was doing something in media, something with YouTube, really developing my YouTube channel, working on building my own media company, if you will. So I've always had that like in the back burner, but now it's come to the forefront. Like I said, due to our new president-elect. So I'm trying to decide what type of media company I want. This is cranberry juice. Well, who is this? Ocean Spray cranberry juice. And if you hear some noise in the background, I am having work done on my home. My hot water heater was what I believe improperly installed back in June, and it leaked carbon monoxide. So long story short, here we are. I'm getting a new one put in and getting it properly vented so that the carbon monoxide has somewhere to go and not just in my basement. All right, so back to this. I'm not sure which foundation I'm going to apply. I just want something light. I don't want anything heavy. So let me see. But yeah, so I think I'm going to use this About Face Skin Focus. What is it? Skin Focus Foundation, the Performer. So then I'm going to use this. It's in D2 Cool. So this is the foundation. The color, if you can see it, D2 Cool. Okay. And yeah, so all of this is, okay, good. It didn't drop. My doggy's in here and it didn't drop on her. My air freshener fell off my desk and I was wondering if it fell on her. She's over there asleep, but it didn't, so good. I have to keep it in here because she's been passing the gases. So not only do I have carbon monoxide in the basement, I have Carmi upstairs. Okay. Yeah, so anywho, I'm currently in the process of deciding what type of channel, what type of content I want to deliver. Part of me wants to do news. Though I don't have a journalism or communications degree, so is, you know, the challenge would therein lie in how to not only deliver the news but source it out and what sources can I use, you know. So there's that, and then other types of content. Like, I have 30 years pretty much experience in retail and customer service and management, and, you know, about 20 years of business experience. And so I want to be able to put that into some use, that knowledge, and share with others and give some insight, you know. So I'm thinking about that. If that be the case, that would be a completely separate channel. And then there's this channel, which was supposed to start off as a fashion channel, and it has kind of evolved into a beauty channel. It's just not growing the way I want it to grow, and I will be the first to admit I am not the most consistent. I do have a life and I do have a job, so those things interfere, though I do want to turn that around. And so one of the ways I'm going to turn that around on this channel is I will be participating in Vlogmas. I was thinking about possibly doing a abbreviated version or a shorter version of Vlogmas, but then numbers wise, I really need to do the full 31. So with that being said, I'm going to be working on what content I want to deliver out. I need to create a schedule for this content, as far as the recording of it, the editing. I need to pre-record as much as possible and schedule it out. And all of that takes time. That's, you know, time that I got to dedicate now really to sit down and brain dump and create a schedule and, you know, list out the different types of content I will be putting out for December. So, and then there's the editing portion of it all. And I'm not going to be doing, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything too heavy where the editing will be, will take a large amount of time, but you still have to edit. I mean, there's just no way around it. There's still parts of videos, you don't want in. And then there's the uploading process. And sometimes that can take a tremendous amount of time with YouTube or what have you. So this channel will be participating in Vlogmas. I just got to come up with the list of content ideas that I want to put out. So yeah, just a lot on my mind. I'm going to put on my eyebrows now, or fill them in rather, because my eyebrows already put in. My dog is really gassy and is really stinking up the joint. Okay, so I purchased this for $5.99 from Burlington. This is the cream shop. This is the Minnie Mouse eyeshadow palette, and I love the colors. I love the color story of it. So this one was broken. What is that called? Main Street. That was broken, so I just pressed it back in. So you almost can't tell that it was broken and coming apart. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this color, Hot Cocoa, to fill in my eyebrows. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just trying to really decide what direction to go with my channel versus having multiple channels, and then really being realistic with it all as well. Like, I could have multiple channels, but how much time am I going to devote to each channel if I'm not even really devoting a ton of time to this one? I have some great ideas for my secondary channel, and that's more of a business channel, retail business, the retail industry specifically, and I'm excited about exploring that. And I also another idea is to start you heard it, podcast, because I do have some podcast equipment. It's some inexpensive podcast equipment. I didn't want to invest a ton into something that I may not even stick with. So I wanted to get something inexpensive first to see how I liked it, and then take it from there. So I do want to use it. So I have some great ideas for my podcast subjects. I don't have a name for it formally, and I don't have a true name for my secondary channel, YouTube channel either. So those are things that I have to get together too. And lastly, wow, my skin looks so great with that makeup on. Goodness gracious, that's amazing. Very natural looking. And this is the About Face. I've heard you can get it at Walmart, but I purchased mine at Ulta. But very skin-like, very your skin but better. And again, it would not look this great, I'm telling you now, if I had not put on the serum and the moisturizer first. Okay, so yeah, I don't know the name of the channel. I don't have any of that or of the podcast just yet, but I do know that I'm going to do those things in conjunction with, especially with the secondary channel, because to me that's going to be the new business. The secondary channel / podcast is going to be my new business. I will have a website to go along with that, and I'm trying to decide what information to put on the website versus what information to put on the YouTube channel. And I've recently discovered Substack this year, and I want to do that too. Whenever I think about my creativity, skill set and desires and interests, what I go back to my earliest memories is writing. And I believe that I am a really good to great writer. I'm a good speaker, but I'm a great writer. And I can remember writing in my pastime when I was in elementary school at home, and even winning poetry contests in elementary school. So I would write poems. I can remember writing a specific poem about the type of children I would want in the future. And I actually had those children. That's why there's power in words. Write it down, make it plain. And I had no idea that I was actually writing down my future children, and this would come into fruition. So writing things down is biblical, is spiritual. So I encourage everyone to do that. When you have something you really, really want to accomplish, write it down, because that puts a form of seriousness behind it. I know it may not seem like it, but it actually does. So like I said, I wrote that poem about my children when I was in the 8th grade. And so writing has always been a part of me in some way, shape, or form. I think I'm more of a creative writer than I am a factual writer, but writing is still a skill. So I could definitely develop, that for news purposes, if necessary, which it is necessary. So as I think about the secondary channel and what type of content I would like to put out on it, I know that in conjunction to the YouTube channel, I'm also going to add another layer, which would be the website, another layer, which would be the podcast, which would actually get filmed and posted on YouTube as well, and another layer, which would be Substack. And I have to decide how much information on each platform that I want to put. So let's say I have a topic, and the topic is about apples, just for example. What do I want to say in the YouTube video about apples? What do I want to put on the website about apples, which would be more like a blog? And what do I want to put or talk about in the podcast? And what am I going to write about in the Substack about the apples? Because it can't all be the same thing, or else I would only really need one platform pretty much. So trying to decide how to divide that content up for each platform is what I'm working on now. I kind of have an idea, but I need to really streamline it and fine tune it, Okay, so I have on my foundation. I did my eyebrows. So now, and I feel like I have an eyelash in my eye. Ooh. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to put on some eyeshadow. And again, I'm not trying to do much at all because I'm not going anywhere. My brushes need cleaning severely. That will be something I'll be taking care of today. I cannot go any further. So I love these 3 berry colors right here, those pinks, and then maybe highlight somewhere with that one. So I'm going to go in with the love story, which is right here, for the base, the lower lid. Yeah. So back to what I was talking about. One of the things that I think about in my YouTube journey is not just the growing aspect, but the fact that I don't feel like my true personality is coming through, especially if you know me. I do understand that it's a growing curve to being on the camera and placing this out for the world to see and judge. But I do want for my true, authentic self to show through. And whenever I look at the videos, I feel like my truest self is not showing through. And that's a bummer because I love my true self. I love who I am. I love my personality. And I want for that to shine through. Most people who know me love my personality. So it's a bummer that it's really not coming through. This has a lot of fallout. You can see it on my eyelashes or what have you, but it was only $5.99. I got it at Burlington. So what else can I expect? But yeah. So that's something I definitely want to focus on this YouTube journey, is letting you all see more of me in my natural element, more of me as myself, and how I evolve, because we all do, whether we like it or not. Things change. Like I said, this channel started off as a fashion channel, and I thought I was gonna show more clothing, but by the time I really got into really focusing in, which was this year, my interests have grown greatly and leans more heavily into beauty. And even that, I only have so much interest because I also like fashion and business, and the business of fashion, retail in particular. So I want to utilize, like I said in the beginning, I want to utilize my skill set with that and parlay that into a YouTube channel. So just a lot of decisions that have to be made, and they need to be made, honestly, relatively quickly, because we are fastly approaching 2025. And you know, I'm all for the start your year when you feel like starting your new year, which I absolutely did this year. I didn't really get a jump start on my new year until March of this year. And I love that for me and wouldn't change it for the world or anybody. But this year, I'm ready to get back up on my grind. Last year was a very tough year for me. It was very hard, extremely difficult, which is why I had such a hard time really getting my year started. But even with that being said, even though I had a difficulty really getting into the groove for this new year, which was 2024, I still had a very, very great and successful year this year. A lot of the things that I asked for on my wish list from God, He delivered. Even though I drug my feet and didn't really get going until March, He still delivered on that. So I can't complain. So if you need to take extra time, if starting the year off in January is just not for you this year or any year, then do you. Only you know what works best for you. You know, what works for one person may not work for everybody. I'm looking for my crease brush and I don't see it, so I'm gonna have to use something else, which I really don't want to use, but we'll do it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this is like my angled bit blender brush for my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go in with Berry Fantasy right now. Let me see if I can get that too, which is this one, and put it in the crease because it's a deeper shade. So hopefully it'll come through. If not, I might have to do the chocolate. Yeah, I think that might be too close. I'm gonna go in with hot cocoa. There we go. Because I'm trying to give it some depth and dimension. I mean, this is just Fallout City over here. So yeah, the crease brush would have made this look much more polished. But you know, you gotta work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use what you got. And that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Last night I started working on Q1 content goals and ideas and everything, and even a little bit of Q2. And the idea behind all of this is to I want to not just produce content for myself and my audience, but I also want to do interviews, and that is for my audience too. But I want to interview great people. And when I say great, I mean, because everyone's great in their own way. So let me backtrack that. But I want to interview people, not just people that have been successful in their businesses. You know, we see that all the time. Okay, so I'm going in right here with, what is this? Strawberry cream as my highlighter, my upper lid shade. Okay. Yeah, so I want to interview people that have businesses that have failed, because we see the people that have been successful, and that's great. We all need to see that to provide hope for those of us that are entrepreneurs and maybe just getting started, or might be struggling and need some form of motivation that, you know, these things can be done. It is possible for you to make it all the way to the top. But I believe it's just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. And there's great stories in the journey, even if the journey did not turn out the way that the person or us we initially wanted it to. It turned into a failure. There's lessons in failure. So I want to interview people who have failed businesses, those people that, you know, the scandals are about. They're considered scammers, or they lied, or they stole. If they'll be willing to be vulnerable for a little bit and open up and tell their side of the story, you know, and what did they learn from this? What would they tell someone else that might be facing this very same thing, this very same issue? What would you do differently now that you know? Because there's value in everyone. Even though man may not think so, that's just it. It's just man. God created everyone. There's value in everyone, in every single person that walks this earth. And that's what I want to do. I want to take the time to discover that value that could have possibly been overlooked. Here, my scalp is dry. That could have been possibly overlooked, because this person was deemed a villain by the public for whatever reason, whether they are or they aren't. Again, there's value there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with one of these shimmer colors. And I said I wasn't gonna do this like big eye look. You see that fallout? But we'll clean it up. I said I wasn't gonna do this big eye look because I'm not going anywhere, but we're here now. Okay, so that could be a, not gonna even say. Anyway, so either I'm gonna use, what's that, Dream On, Irresistible, or Extra Sparkle. What do you think I should go for? Should I go with the pink Extra Sparkle because it's a pink look? Or should I give it a little razzle dazzle with either Dream On or Irresistible? Let me know in the comments which one you think I should go with. Let's see. I'm gonna try extra sparkle and see if I can put it. You know what? I'm gonna try this pencil and see if I can put it in the crease. But yeah, so there's value in everyone. So I want to make that my job, my duty, to uncover the story behind the story, behind the scandal, behind the drama of it all, to provide a safe space for these people to unpack, so that, you know, one, this information can get passed on to those to possibly help prevent the next person from falling in that trap. Two, so you can get to know both sides of the story. And three, though this may not be my intent, this is still one of the spillover benefits of coming on and talking with me, and that would be for that person or people to get their side of the story out, so they can feel like they had an outlet somewhere. Because sometimes in these things, in these situations, the other side doesn't get an opportunity to say what happened. And I'm going to say something that may be shocking to some, but not all. The customer isn't always right. The customer is not always right. You let me know when there's ever been a human being that was always right, and then we could talk about the customer being right. Only one I know that's always right is Jesus, God, our Savior. Other than that, the customer ain't always right, boo-boo. And that's something we should really take out of our terminology, our box, because the customer, because this is the way we've trained them to think, the customer can very well have you crash your whole business down based on the fact that they believe the customer is always right. And that's not what we're here about. Everybody can be and has been and will be wrong at some point. So let's just put that out there on the table. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so now I think that's all I'm gonna do. I did get that into the crease. I'm going to, child, that's the lip liner. I'm gonna use my Danessa Myricks eyeliner, and I'm going to go ahead and line my eye. Nothing too heavy, because again, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Unless I go back to, Bath and Body Works. All right, and now I'm going to go in with my mascara, which the mascara of the moment is CoverGirl Exhibitionist. So I can get it up and in view. CoverGirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthening Mascara. This is, I think, is this a part of the telescopic line? I think so, I'm not sure. But yes, I'm gonna go in with that. I haven't really been wearing false lashes lately. I haven't found the glue that I normally like to use, which is, I think it's the Ardell black glue, and I haven't been able to find that at like any other stores. Not Walmart, Target, none of them. You used to be able to get it. They sold the clear, they sold the white, and the black. But now, can't find the black. Can't find it. Whoa. That's the first time. I've been using this for about a week. It's the first time I've ever put it on, and it literally looked like a false lash. They may be on to something. I just didn't put on enough coats earlier, apparently. But yeah. So those are my thoughts on the channel. You all, I would love to hear what you all think. And feel free to chime in and let me know what content you would like to see. And also let me know, have you started thinking about 2025? Have you started developing your New Year goals, your New Year plans? And if so, if you don't mind sharing, what are they? You know, if it's not too personal, I will share as much as I feel comfortable and confident with sharing. I'm still human too. Okay, I gotta stop putting this on at this point. Why does this right lash look better than the left? Do I have more lashes over there? Like, what's going on? Let me see. Let me see. Isn't that interesting that those lashes over there look better? It's getting there, but it's not there. One more coat and then I gotta stop because this mascara may be on me until the day I die. This many coats. Yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comments what you've been working on, what you have coming up in your future. Like I said, if you don't mind sharing, I'll tell you what I love watching. I love watching motivational YouTube videos. I love watching planner videos. I really love those because I love planning. Believe it or not, I love planning. I love getting a new calendar every single year. This year, 2025 rather, I do plan on having a Louis Vuitton planner. I'm getting a designer planner, and I do plan on having multiple planners. Okay, so I also got this from Burlington, and this is the Nika K New York Pink Crush. This has the absolute worst fallout. Yes, worse than the Cream Shop. So I'm not even trying to wear it like that, but I will. I tried this eyeshadow the other day, and babe, the fallout that was it was just unreal. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try this blush now. So I'm gonna go in on my cheekbones, and I think I'm gonna start with this and work my way here. And this might be a highlighter. So let's just see. Whoop. Well, the pigment is there. That's for darn sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend, because this is definitely heavier than I wanted it to be, but we can clean it up. That's the beauty of beauty. It can always be cleaned up no matter what it looks like, right? Okay, so that's one. Now I'm going to utilize another one of my blush brushes, and because remember, these are dirty and I gotta clean them, so I'm trying to use as many of them as possible now. This, I'm gonna use this color now, and maybe that will tone it down a little bit. I'm getting all kinds of text messages for sales and stuff. Y'all see my dining room? I gotta paint that and get it together. That's the hall. This is the hall light up here. You probably can't see it, but yeah. So projects that I intend on filming for you guys. Okay, I was hoping that this would lighten it up some. That it is lightening it up some, but not enough. Definitely not enough. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone because it's not looking like it's gonna go anywhere. And then I'm going to utilize a highlighter really quickly, which would be this copper color. I want something that kind of blends into my skin. I don't want a champagne or anything. It was trying to get out of focus, child. All right. And now I think I'm gonna go and put some powder on. I'm gonna stay out of that because that was way more, I look like literally someone pinched my cheeks. So I'm going to put some powder on to try to tone it down. And I'm going to use, see that smoke? That's the powder opening up. So this is the number 7. I got this from Ross a while back. And this is in Flawless Finish Powder Rich. I think this color is called Rich. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my powder brush and try to tone this down. Down. Where's my powder brush? This is the highlighter. I got a powder brush. I do have a powder brush from, is it in here? Y'all, I know my mind ain't playing tricks on me, but I do have a powder brush from, here it is. Child. Nope, that's my foundation brush. I have a powder brush from Sephora. Where is it? Okay, so we're just going to utilize my little cheapo from, is this Sonia Kushik from Target? And I've had this for almost 10 years, you guys. Okay, so see how that works? See how that works? Toning that down, especially this side. Ooh, cause that was, baby, it was trying to take me out. Like that. Soften it up really good, and it's blurring. Now the thing with powder is it can definitely blur. It can definitely blur, but if you wanted a radiant, glowy, dewy look, then this is going to counteract that. Powder is going to give you that soft, blurred, soft matte look. So that takes away the shine, you know? And I liked my little glow that I had going on. But it did do the trick for toning down that powder. So I'm good with that. Okay, so there's that. I was not intending on using powder, but baby, the way that pigment came out, it looked like I had sat in Grandma and Santa Claus lap. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to put on my lipstick, which is, I'm going to start with the lip liner. And let me see which one. I got some great lip liners from Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place. Okay, I had 3 of them, but I only see 2 right now. Okay, so we'll use the Wine lip liner, which she had a phenomenal TikTok sale yesterday. It was doing great bundle deals on TikTok. I already blew through my budget, so I didn't have the money to spend on it. But baby, if I did. I mean, she had like bundle trios with like 3 blushes. She had a liquid blush, a cream and powder blush compact, and a blush highlighter mix, which I've never even heard of. For like during the flash sale, it was like $22. Originally $47. Can't beat it. It was over 50% off. And she had Amara La Negra on there with her, who looks absolutely gorgeous. She's a beautiful woman, period. But she was really looking gorgeous and stunning. Her hair color was good, and her makeup was done to perfection. So yeah, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Juvia's Place and LYS makeup is second to none. One of my favorite makeup brands is Dior Beauty. And when I say LYS and Juvia's Place can go toe to toe, and if we're talking about eyeshadows, Juvia's Place eyeshadows blow Dior's eyeshadows out the water. I said it. And it's literally half to a fraction of the cost. So LYS, that stick foundation that they came out with, goes toe to toe with Dior stick foundation. I love them both, but if you on a budget or you don't want to support Dior or whatever the case may be, you like drugstore. Well, LYS is not drugstore, they're sold in Sephora, but you know, you want to support a black brand over your traditional designer brands, European designer brands, LYS is the way to go. Available at Sephora. And she has her own website too. Okay, so this is my MAC. It's one of my favorite purchases of 2024. MAC, the new Maximal lipstick in the color Candy Yum Yum. It's the reimagined matte lipstick that they had. New formula. So this is, again, color Candy Yum Yum. I get a ton of compliments whenever I wear this. Now, I've never had this lip liner on with it. This is a first, but I'm liking it. I am liking it. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little more lip liner at the bottom of my lip down here to define it a little bit more. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to go ahead and film a couple of videos. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one out. I have so many videos. I'm so backed up. I have content. I have videos filmed. I also have videos that I need to film. So I'm backed up on top of backed up. And I want to go ahead and put these out. There's some hauls. I'm probably going to do a collective haul because I'm behind in hauls. To condense it down. I actually have enough to make like 5 to 10 videos of worth of hauls. But I'm probably going to condense it down into anywhere between 2 and 4 videos at the most. So let me stop. All right, guys, so I'm glad you hung out with me for this Get Ready With Me. I don't think I'm going to do very much editing because I just want to put it out. I need to really get some content out and build up my algorithm and get ready for December. I do want to have a few more eyes on me at the beginning of December, absolutely at the end, because I'm looking to gain some traction. But as far as this goes, I don't think I'm going to, like I said, put much focus on editing this video. This is a great time for me to come and do this because like I said, I'm having work done at my house, and you know, when you have people in your home, you're going to be, you know, readily available for them downstairs. So since I'm downstairs, I was like, go ahead and knock out some content and be productive. So I will see you in the next one, which I'm about to start filming now. Bye.